So, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you are joining us live or on the replay. I know a lot of you have asked for this to be sent to you. And actually, that's a good little reminder. Well, if you're watching this, you've already found it. But I did have a couple people say that they weren't getting the newsletter sent to them afterwards. And please make sure you're looking for a Power in Aging newsletter as opposed to a Zoom replay. We put it into the newsletter, so we'll be sending that out to you. So a very warm welcome. My name is Christine, and there's my partner in crime, Mel.
Hi.
So we'll be doing a brief presentation today on the power of phototherapy patches. We're super excited to bring this as part of our Power in Aging umbrella. So Power in Aging, for those of you who don't know, is our passion, our online membership program that we started almost 3 years ago. The company itself started about what shall we say, like back in 2020, like going on 5 years actually. And from there, we've had lots of workshops, guest speaker events, and now we have as well our online membership program. Hi, Ian, welcome. We've asked actually just for this part, if people don't mind turning their cameras off, and then we'll bring them back on for Q&A. It's lovely to see you though. I can't wait to talk to you afterwards. So we are going to dive into this presentation, but just to let you know, Mel and I came upon these patches about a year and a half ago. We were introduced to them from a wonderful general practitioner doctor and functional medicine doctor in England. And Melanie was doing an online course with her for her blood lab analysis and research. And Dr. Ali told us about this amazing technology in these patches. We decided, you know what, it sounds too good to be true, but we're going to try them. So we started kind of dabbling in them. And then, we realized consistency was key. And then we said, you know what, let's give it a real go about 15 months ago now, Mel, I think it was. And we've had incredible results for us as well as for our family and friends and people who've been trying them worldwide. All of the testimonials, it's super impressive. So we are really excited to bring this as part of Power in Aging's program in terms of offering a wellness device as well. So I'm going to start off, if you don't mind, with a quick video, because I feel that this might share the best 2 minutes of explanation. Here we go. I hope you can hear it all.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39. The world's first product ever to activate stem cells, a true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body: how you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
Bring that down. It's all this fun technical stuff. Now we've got to bring up the slideshow. So I love that video. It's just really quick and brief and gives quite a bit of an explanation on the science, but we are going to dive in a little bit deeper right now. So I will bring up my screen again and we will get started. Mel, let me know if you can see that okay. Can you see it? Oh, you're muted. Oh, thumb up. Okay. Perfect. Sorry, I can't see with all of the stuff on the screen. All right, so LifeWave, have you been patched yet? That is what we always ask people. Stem cell reactivation, and you just saw everything kind of in a brief explanation in the video. So we are going to talk a little bit first about stem cells in general, and Mel's going to dig into that because she is our science expert on board. But you may have also heard a lot of kind of rave right now, people talking about getting stem cell injections, stem cell therapy. You may have also heard about peptide therapies, which are more for beauty and skin regeneration. People are having these peptides injected into their tissue to help their skin. But with LifeWave, with these patches, we actually have the technology that now allows you to use both peptide therapy and stem cell therapy from your own body that you are regenerating without any interventions, no injections. It's truly amazing. And as you see here as well, the New England Journal of Medicine stated that the #1 indicator of wellness is directly correlated to the number of stem cells in the bloodstream. And Mel is definitely going to dive a little bit deeper. I just want to give you a quick background on the company itself. Some of you may or may not have heard of LifeWave. It's actually been around for over 2 decades. And it is now, it was developed in 2004. It's now open in over 87 countries worldwide, which is great news for those of us with family and friends around the globe, because we're able to help them and support them pretty much from here in our own living room. We can still get them some support for their health. So it did take over 10 years of research and hard dedication to learning more and studying stem cells, over $4.5 million as well to get this product to market. And the X39 patch was launched in 2019. And that breakthrough in technology and regenerative science was really what the world needed to see, which led to this exponential growth of the company as well. So having a simple patch with unlimited benefits, this has really blown the company up and has become more of a household name now. We also, LifeWave also, not me, but received just recently another award. They have several awards, but they just were the winner of the 2025 Stem Cell Innovation of the Year Award from the Biotech Breakthrough Program. This is the inventor, founder, and CEO of LifeWave, David Schmidt. He holds over 200 patents. He's an amazing scientist and inventor, comes from a line of inventors in his family, a very brilliant man with an impressive resume. He has worked for NASA. He was contracted through the US Navy for their next generation mini sub program. Basically, they hired him to try to find a way to increase energy and stamina in all of the Navy SEALs down in the submarine without having to feed them lots of caffeine and stimulants. And so that is when the energy enhancer patches were invented. After 9/11 happened and they had to shift focus of where the submarines, what they were doing, he shifted over and moved over to the US Olympic swim team and helped a lot of pro athletes with these enhancement patches as well. So that was 2005. I guess the rest, they say, was history. And just to let you know about a patent, we mentioned this word a lot, patents. So LifeWave has actually now reached its 200th patent. David really understands the importance of patents and safeguarding his design so that nobody else can copy or produce the technology, resulting in the elevation of copper peptides, which leads to activation of stem cells and improvements in energy. And for those of us who don't, as Mel says, geek out on science and and know a lot about this kind of stuff. What it's really saying is that it's a really big accolade, and it's very validating to how well the patches work. It is a very difficult process, a very expensive process to get a patent, and basically whatever you are claiming that the product does, it has to be true. So they have to be able to prove that it's happening. So yeah, it's very validating to have over 200 patents for these products.
Yeah, I think that's important. Important bit of information for people to understand that patents have to have really a lot of information behind it that they've proved. So yeah, so now going on, why X39 stem cell activation patches? So you might be wondering what a stem cell is. And stem cells are the progenitive cells that are present in the developing fetus that can develop into any organ in the body, any cell type at all. We have billions of them when we're born. And then as we grow older, they do decrease, unfortunately. The number of the active stem cells, it's a decreasing that happens exponentially. Some of them die, some of them just malfunction. They don't work as effectively. So by the age of 30, we're actually at a 60% reduction. And then by the age of 60, we're at a 90% reduction. So that would make a dramatic difference in our bodies. And these precious cells are reducing, and it's linked to our experience of being less efficient at healing cuts and wounds and injuries very quickly at all. So these things begin to slow down, and that's when we see, wrinkles on our face, or the age spots, your hair going grayer or fragile. All of this sort of thing happens when our stem cells go down to such a reduced level. Aging is very closely related to that number and quality of stem cells that we have. So how does it work? Well, our proprietary form of phototherapy, shown in the video that you watched just a minute ago, it's a patented nanocrystal technology, and it's activated through heat and light. The patches are non-transdermal, so there's no drugs or anything entering into your system through the skin. It's non-invasive, but it actually reflects our own body's light and heat back toward us. So that infrared or infrared energy that comes from our bodies, that returns back down into the body as a particular narrow wavelength. And that activates a specific peptide in the body that deals with regenerating our cells, hence stem cells.
Yeah, and I think it's important as well to reiterate that it is non-transdermal. So unlike something like a nicotine patch where that's sort of seeping into your skin, this is absolutely nothing coming into the skin. And that is why athletes, are able to use them no problem.
That's right, because they won't get dinged when they do the blood testing and such. So this is just going to show you that peptide that we've been talking about that affects the stem cells. That's called the GHK-Cu peptide, which is Cu is copper in the world of chemistry. So take a screenshot maybe, because we can't go through all of this right now. We'll be here forever, but it will help. It helps people thicken hair, wound healing. Your skin gets better in appearance and faster in that wound healing. Your lungs will also, the regeneration of those tissues will happen, so you'll have a better lung capacity. It actually counteracts those anti-fast growing cells that we don't want, which inhibit certain things. So that's a good thing. And it enhances our brain and nerve functions. So that's something that declines as we get older, and really valuable as we age, to be able to increase those things. The antioxidants increase as well, and then our stem cells in general become younger, more vital, and healthier. What are the benefits of X39? Well, all of those things we just talked about. the pain reduction happens in general. And one of the reasons why is because we reduce that inflammation. That all supports wound healing. Our energy and our vitality is increased. Lots of people get rid of a lot of brain fog. They have more mental clarity. All of these things help enhance our sports performance. And we have faster recovery from exercise, et cetera, as well. And we have improved skin appearance over time. Yeah. So that's all great things. I'm happy about that myself.
Yeah, and Mal, I think it's also
Bonuses.
important to add that, this is labeled as a wellness product,
That's right.
and that it is not intended, and LifeWave is not, intending to diagnose or treat or cure or prevent any disease or medical condition. So that's a bit of a disclaimer that they're not treating anything, but what they are doing is enabling the body to heal itself more effectively.
That's right. We aren't a drug, so it isn't treated as a medical device. Yeah. It's just enhancing what we have. That's right. Yeah. So let's look at some long-term results. In the first few days, we know that GHK-Cu peptide, that copper peptide we talked about, increases with the use of X39. It begins to reset about 4,000 genes within just 6 weeks, which is crazy. We know that the brain becomes more balanced. We see people having less mental anxiety even, and becoming more settled. And this was all in our studies. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased and you're already beginning to see improvements in the skin, hands, face, hair, many visible signs, right? Within 6 months, we see that there's a marked reversal of heart age, which is so phenomenal. And again, these were studies, and we could see the cardiovascular benefits that were found. So in 6 to 8, we'll have either 6 months to 8 years of cardiovascular age reversal with the use of X39 regularly, which is just remarkable because it's still actually the #1 cause of death for men and women. And that makes a huge impact on people's lives.
Sure does. That for me was just to hearing that heart reversal was huge.
Yeah, it's
Um,
amazing.
the 90-day process, what does that mean? Well, this is for people who are wanting to try out the X39. We know that the X39 works most where your body needs it. So not necessarily where you want it to go, but where your body needs it to go. David Schmidt advises that you use the patches for a minimum of 90 days to really get your body back in balance. And then we also recommend 1 month for every decade of life. So if you're 60, you're looking at 6 months plus the 90 days. Just for your optimum results. A lot of people do see things. I mean, I've heard of people seeing things on the first day. Definitely within the first few months, you should be noticing more energy, better sleep, just overall feeling better as everything regenerates. But it does take a little bit of time. And also important to remember, everybody is unique. So we all experience different, ways of healing, different things that need to be done. And sometimes a bit of detox does occur as well, because your body's trying to get well and healthy, and it's got to eliminate what isn't first.
That's right. So let's talk about how we wear it. So we recommend 2 specific places for the X39 because that's what we use for the clinical trials. When you have a clinical trial, you need to have consistency. And so we chose those 2 spots, but you can wear them anywhere on the body, right? So we often favor these particular acupressure points in general, or meridian points, because that's where on the body there's a lot of focused energy, and that's a lot of Eastern medicine that you can look at to find those specific things out. You wear the patch for 12 hours on and you take it off for 12 hours because we don't want that site to become habituated or lose its tolerance for that light reflection and the efficacy of that light stimulation. Now, remember, you do still need to drink plenty of good quality water because we are a battery and these things run on the electrical side of things. We need that water charge. So I recommend filtered mineralized water, and it's crucial for creating that electrical field in the body to help that healing transpire. As always, we also recommend, other healthy nutritional lifestyle choices because anything is going to amplify the healing that your body needs to do, and it'll speed everything up. You may want to be able to control. This is kind of a, you say, oh, my knee hurts. I want to use the X39 because I want that to go away. We wish we could totally decide what the body does, but unfortunately, because they are stem cells, the body uses those to go where they're needed the most, right? So your body knows what is the most important thing and has to be healed primarily. So it may not be that knee. It might be, some other thing like the cardiovascular system starting to need a little bit of work that you don't even realize it. Or maybe you have a fatty liver that you don't know about yet, and it's going to start doing its job there before it takes care of other things. So the stem cells basically go where they're needed the most, and we don't get to dictate that. And don't forget also that everybody's unique, and we have testimonials about so many things that have been helped with the X39. So you might find something that is similar to what you're struggling with, and that doesn't mean that you'll get exactly the same result or the same result in the same time. So you might be faster or you might be slower, again, or the body might be deciding that something else needs to be in a completely different area, needs to be healed first, and the body will delegate this as it needs.
I was muted, sorry. You mentioned testimonies, and we'll go into those. I just want to read this quote. David Schmidt, X39 is my greatest achievement. Having a product that works this quickly and provides this many benefits seems like a miracle or too good to be true, but it is simply applying the magic of stem cells to the human body. So let's dive into a few of these wonderful testimonies and how they are able to sort of quantify some of this.
Yeah, oops. Went away again. Hang on.
You're there.
So this is a topography map, right? So this is a 77-year-old woman who has a lot of brain incoherence, inflammation in the brain. Inflammation in this sort of visual cue is these reds and oranges that we see here on the left. That's really showing how incredibly inflamed this woman's brain is. Now she goes on X39, and within 3 weeks, they do this topography again, and you can see that the inflammation is almost completely gone. Just a tiny little speck there to the right, and her brain is starting to function properly. 6 weeks in, there's night and day between the first and 6 weeks later. So that's fantastic for this 77-year-old woman. And that means that we all have a chance, because as we get older, it's harder to heal. So we have that option as well. Here's an inflamed heart. Again, you can see the difference after 5 months of using it regularly. The inflammation has gone down dramatically. It just helps the body. The body is able to do other things when it's not fighting against itself and the inflammation that we have day to day. Here is a super inflamed core picture. So this is obviously the upper traps area and the stomach area, and there's tons of inflammation in there, and such a dramatic change after 30 minutes of wearing the X39. The next one is a picture of a woman's hands, and you can see the difference in inflammation just again after 30 minutes, and she's not even wearing the patch. They just had her hold it. So it's not even applied as the sticker. She just actually held it in her hands. So it's amazing. And some people say, oh, it's just placebo. It's all in your head. But we do have people using it on animals. We have a whole equine line, and that they can't lie because they don't know about all of this stuff, right? We're not telling them all of this stuff ahead of time. And they are still having these kind of results. You can see after 4 months, the top picture of this horse, very sore and inflamed. And on the bottom, he's recovering much more quickly. So and there's a video about this.
Yeah, I was just going to mention there's a video you can look on YouTube, or I'm happy to send it to you. It's like a 4-minute video. Horses Don't Lie, it's called. An equine trainer out in BC, I think it is. He's putting, or maybe I think it's Texas. He's putting different patches on the horses and getting the instant results. It's very amazing actually to see the reactions from the horse.
Yeah, yeah. This is a dachshund, same thing, quite a bit of paralysis in the back end, and 4 days on the X39, and he was hopping around. There's another video on this one. If you want to request it, we can send that to you, but it's lovely to see him bouncing around at the end. And the collagen and the visuals, like we don't want to go into how it's it's not about being vain per se, but it's a great little bonus option. She's been on 3 years. She's been on them, and what a dramatic difference it's made in the quality of her skin. It's just so much lovelier. And we actually work with this
Yeah.
Dr. Stacy. So
And pictures do say 1,000 words, right? Like
yeah.
the one thing I love is that the skin is the reflection of what's happening on inside the body, Mel, and you always talk about that in our program too. So,
Mhm.
if this reduction in aging is happening on the outside, imagine what it's doing for your organs inside.
That's right. Yeah. Biggest organ of our body, right?
Yeah.
So again, this is a woman after a couple of years of using them regularly, but such a dramatic difference. You can see the lymphatic change in the eyelids and under the eyes. The quality of the skin just all increased. So it's really working well for her. Same here, lots of lymphatic changes, lots of quality of skin changes. So that's phenomenal. We're all hoping for those results, but we'll see what our body needs, right? Vitiligo is another thing. It's very visual for people when they have this issue. It causes the melanin in the skin to sort of decrease in patches, and that's when you have darker skin. That's very obvious. And so it becomes a bit of a challenge. And one doctor that we work with, she says the only thing that she can recommend allopathically is actually camouflage makeup, which doesn't get to the root of any issue, and it's not going to help them in the long run. So she is thrilled to be able to offer the X39 to patients and see that they're do get a result. Now, this is the first one is just after 3 months, and he's smiling away in that second picture because it's decreased probably by half. This other gentleman, after 1 year, you can see he doesn't have it at all. So it's as though he didn't experience it. So that is a wonderful thing. Bell's palsy, again, a very visual issue that people have. Nerve problems, probably her eye under the patch is very dry and sore and irritated because she probably can't even close the eye and blink to lubricate it. So that becomes a real problem. You can see that after 3 months of using, oh, she's got her patch there, loud and proud on her chest. She's happy with the results she's had after 3 months of using the X39. It's really helped her Bell's palsy out. Psoriasis can be very dramatic and painful for people. And again, a visual thing, depending on where it is on your body. It can get very red and inflamed and even pussy. It's super itchy. It's uncomfortable. And after 10 days, this obviously very red and angry psoriasis has gone away with the X39. So that's a great thing to have it as an option. This is a very deep cut, and she has it healed after 20 days. It's like it wasn't there. It looked like it could have been stitched actually. But she didn't do that, and she used the X39, and the wound healing is just showing there. Same thing with this face. 21 days with this elderly woman. She's healed very nicely. And the next one, this gentleman looks like he's fallen, like had a very big fall. And you can see after 7 weeks, even his skin doesn't look the same as in the first two pictures. He's just had quite a transformation there and healed up very nicely. This is a big burn that someone had, and they decided to start using the patches. And after a week, it doesn't even look like it was there. So you can see that for a lot of people, or 2 weeks, sorry, a lot of people have the wound healing is one of the things they all say. Like, I can't believe that it's been healed so quickly. So that is a bonus. Same with blood circulation, a lot of pooling in this woman's foot, or woman. I don't even know if it's a woman actually, but anyway, in this foot, lots of veins pooling here. They're not making their way back up, and that can also become very painful. And after 5 days of using the X39 directly on that area, you can see it's again night and day difference. So, and that comes from this kind of blood circulation stimulation that we see with the X39. This is a live blood analysis visual cue. So they take a drop of blood, put it on the screen, and they look at it directly while it's still moving around. You can see how congested the blood tissue is here. It's all stacked, as they say. It's not oxygenating well. It has no movement. And after 10 minutes on the X39, it is flowing and it's circulating and it's able to get the nutrients and the oxygenation through the body much more effectively. This is how it should look if our cells are healthy. This is an endemic set of feet, and they are also painful. And, you know, it just is so much swelling and so quickly sometimes. And it's hard for people to do anything but put their feet up. And that's a challenge because it's hard to do life when your feet are always up. So this is 3 weeks later, and you wouldn't even recognize that her feet were in this state just a few days before. So fantastic results. Bonuses are things like hair loss, people having lots of hair come back. And this is after 7 weeks. This gentleman was nice and lucky. And a lot of people are losing less hair. I don't know if you go through and the comb ends up having lots of hair in it. But a lot of people experience a lot less hair loss through using the X39 regularly as well. So bonus.
Yeah, thanks, Mel, for that. And there's tons and tons and thousands of testimonies worldwide. These are a couple of QR codes if you want to take a screenshot, if you want to bring them up on your phone. The one on the left is Telegram, for those of you who have that app, and they're in there under different categories. The one on the right is Linktree, a more recently done site that you can visit. It was originally categorized. I think it's going under a bit of a reform right now because I looked and there's like hundreds on there, but they're not in any specific order right now. So bear with that. But you can scroll down and look for what you're looking for. And just to give you an example of some of them, this is part of the Telegram one, some of the categories. I mean, you know, migraines, tinnitus, asthma, epilepsy, fibromyalgia, which seems to be a big thing these days.
Shingles, nerve damage, cerebral palsy, COPD, plantar fasciitis.
And then, stuff, yeah, you can see more here. I mean, anything from hot flashes and Alzheimer's, autism, neuropathy,
sepsis and encephalitis, like brain issues.
Yeah. Do you want to give that quick, let everybody know about the neuropathy?
Oh, yeah. So we do have someone who experienced a very big change, probably after 3 or 4 months of being on X39. Very sore hands and very cold, very, very impartial to any changes in temperature, diabetic. So it was just intolerable for him. And after 3 or 4 months of using X39, he was out in a t-shirt. He had moved actually further north, which was already not going to help him, but he was out on the dock. They got a property on the water, and he said he was out on the dock in 2 degrees in a t-shirt, and he just realized he hadn't done that. Like he's always bundled up because of the cold and the neuropathy issues. So he was thrilled that he realized he was obviously able to handle the cold a lot better, and his hands were less sore.
He's seen a lot of improvements, and that person specifically was somebody
insulin as well,
who was, you know, I don't want to say a naysayer, but like this sounds too good to be true. And now
skeptic,
super thrilled with the results.
Yeah, and his insulin levels have been. He's needing less insulin because he is an insulin dependent diabetic for the last 10 years. So that's great as well. That is becoming more sensitive.
Absolutely.
Always work with your doctor, of course, on things like that.
Yeah,
but
if you're going to reduce any kind of medications, you always want to talk to your doctor, but hopefully, ultimately, that's what you get to, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mentioned earlier some of the pro athletes that are using the energy enhancement patches because they're non-transdermal. You can see, you know, Michael Phelps, Olympic, you know, gold medalist, Serena Williams, David Beckham, Lorenzo Savadori. So these are just a few people who are using the different patches to help enhance the performance and energy. This is at info.com. This is a fantastic website. I will include it in the follow-up email for you, so please keep your eye open for that, or you can just tap in yourself. This website is a great resource for patch information, patents, testimonies, doctor reviews, case studies, things like that. So there's a couple more short videos as well if you want to show people.
It's the place you can go to geek out on all those.
There you go.
All the all the patents and all of the trials they had. So
Now let's briefly go over some of the patch line. So this is the full patch line minus the animal, the equine line that is basically the same as the pain patches, but with a stronger adhesive. So we'll start quickly telling you the X39, that is the foundation patch. That is the one that we've been talking about that they took all of those years to bring to the world, which is all about stem cell regeneration. This is the one, if you can, just get one patch, this is the one that you're going to wear just to continue, your stem cells regenerating. And then it pairs very nicely, the dynamic duo they call it, with Eon, which is the happy patch. This has become one of my all-time favorites now because it really reduces inflammation. And I have to say, X39 works on inflammation as well. But the way Mel explains it, right, is if you're helping, the inflammation along with the Eon patch, then the X39 is available to do other things in the body, right, and help more with other areas. So we all carry a lot of inflammation in the body. I have to say, I have never felt better. I'll be 55 next month and I'm feeling fantastic. Now I have been able to start going to the gym as well as of the summer. And, that's because my inflammation finally was reduced. It's not for lack of wanting to over the years, but I was in a lot of pain with my hip. And I have to say, I got it, totally under control, like almost virtually pain-free. So now I'll get a flare up here and there, but for the most part, I'm feeling so good that I can go to the gym and feel strong again. It's such a big thing for me. And I say, when you have sort of an achy area, that for me, I stick it on and it's gone.
Yeah. That constant dull ache, right?
Yeah.
X49 is another one. It's actually a sister patch. We call it a sister patch, the X39. It works on a sister peptide pathway. And it is really great for muscle mass. So as we get older, especially women, as your hormones change, the muscle really drops dramatically. So it helps improve muscle mass. It's bone density, which is another thing we can sometimes have issues with, and it improves that heart health. So all things that we're looking for as we age specifically. Silent nights is lovely. If you have problems sleeping, it helps to increase our melatonin. It helps to it helps the length, the duration of your sleep, and the depth of your sleep. So that's a good one to try out if you have any issues in the sleeping arena.
Yeah, and the next two patches are my other favorites. So I wanted to talk about them. They're both a two-patch system. So if you are going to try them, let me talk to you as well about the placement on the body. And there's lots of information and videos on that. But the Ice Wave is the pain patch. Now, this is for when I have like a shooting, harsh sort of pain. I rarely
acute pain. Yeah.
Acute pain. Thank you. And I rarely get headaches, but when I do, I can use them for headaches as well. And I remember having a headache. It was so bad. I sat on the sofa. I'm like, you guys can make dinner. I'm out of commission. Thought, you know what? I'm going to try this on my head, put them on my temples. Within 5 minutes, I'm literally up in the kitchen doing, I totally almost forgot I had a headache. It was like, for me, it's that dramatic. And if you don't notice something within about 30 seconds, you've probably not put them on in the right spot. Now, I can't say that it's 100% for everybody because, as Mel said, everybody's different, right? But I have had a handful of people with such great success on really sharp pain. And it's because it's the two patches. It's almost like it's cutting off the communication of the pain between the two patches.
Sometimes it's just a matter of finding that spot, but
finding the sweet spot.
Yeah.
The energy enhancer as well works with two patches and just really helps to increase that vital energy that we need. So again, I don't wear those all the time. If I've had like a really busy week and maybe I didn't go to bed early enough like I should have, and the next day I've got, boom, I have to teach 3 of my classes, whatever, I'm like, today's the day, put them on right through till the evening. I'm like, oh, I better take these off so I can get some sleep. So those are really, really a great, and those are the first design that he had, as you saw back in 2004.
Yeah, and it helps to burn fat too. So that's one that if you're sort of at a plateau on your fat loss journey, that might be something that could help you get to that next level. Glutathione is one of my favorites. It's got to do with detoxing in the body. Our body kind of gets stuck at this phase 2 liver detoxification because we don't have the proper peptides. One of them is glutathione. So it's really important to increase that. And this patch does exactly that. And that can help with our immune system. It's a powerful antioxidant, which we need constantly in our bodies. And it also helps with, it'll also help eliminate heavy metals. So that's a great thing. Don't forget your glutathione in some form of, if you don't patch on that, you make sure you look it up and try to really stimulate your glutathione production. SB6 is another one. It's our cravings patch, so it helps to regulate your hormones, and that's another thing that women specifically are going to have some challenges with as they get older. Is just that regulation as our hormones change. So that's something to look at. It helps to suppress that appetite a bit. And improves the liver function, which is something we constantly need. We have to love on our liver to really stay healthy.
Yeah, I use that once in a while when I feel a little out of balance hormonally and a little ragey. Stick one of those on. My kids appreciate it a lot. The carnosine patch is the clarity patch. So this is the one that we see a lot of improvement with brain function, cognitive function, some clarity and focus, more alert, and also can improve the thyroid function. Last but not least is the Alavita or the Beauty Sleep Patch. So it's another great one to wear at night to help you sleep, but it also helps to boost the collagen. We saw some of those, women with their skin. Now that's just using the X39 because that does increase collagen as well, but it's over time. This is that extra boost to help, reduce wrinkles and make the skin nice and plump. And that's a good note too, that these are all supportive patches. So again, the X39 is the foundation. It's working on everything and it will take more time. These other supportive patches tend to work a little bit quicker in the area that they're designated for.
Right. And again, that allows the X39 to do what it's meant to do wherever that is needed.
Yeah. And you don't always necessarily wear the supplementary patches all the time. Sometimes you do for a couple of weeks and then you don't for a while, or, there are a couple of protocols if you're looking for certain things that we can help you with, depending on what you're looking to achieve.
Right.
Okay, so we just want to quickly talk about cost because I know that always comes up. And this slide I thought was a little cheesy, but I threw it in there because it really does put things into perspective. I know a lot of us in Canada as well, with the US dollar being where it's at right now, that all of the pricing is in US dollars. It's based in US, produced in Ireland, and a global company. But just to keep it very, patterned or formed, whatever, for everybody, it's US dollars. And if you were to actually go for stem cell injections, the flight to Mexico, wherever you can get them, your hotel stay, your pre-appointments and consultations, the injections cost upwards of 10,000 US dollars. There's a 50% chance that it's not going to work. And if it does, I've heard that you're back on that plane about 6 months later to get them done again. So it's a very costly procedure. It's not in most people's wheelhouse for minor things, like people who are normally very desperate to have those done. But we want to make it affordable for everybody to be able to have that sort of stem cell generation. And we also want to use our own stem cells, right?
That's right.
So the product price, if you're looking at, you can see retail. I won't even mention it. It's on the screen. I don't know anyone personally who pays retail. Everybody has opted into a program or a purchase price of wholesale. The X39 or X49, being the more premium products, are $99.95 for a sleeve. A sleeve is a 30 patch little envelope, which is a month's supply. There are ways to get it a little bit cheaper. Like if you buy a certain amount, they might come down to about $90. And then the other patches, all of the supportive patch line that we mentioned, they range from $49.95 to $69.95, depending on how many you purchase. So if you're getting 3 or more and you can kind of mix and match, you're looking at paying the lower price of $49.95, which is really great because, again, those patches you're not necessarily wearing daily, right? You're just using to support when you need them. So they can last a while as well. Also the 30-day money back guarantee, of course. And how would you purchase? What types of, commitment can you choose? Again, retail customer, which is full price, but you order anytime. A preferred customer gives you that wholesale purchase power, if you will, but you are on a monthly auto ship. Now, our monthly auto ship's very flexible. It's kind of like Amazon. You want the cheaper price, you sign up for that monthly auto ship. I do that for my Hawthorne berry, and anytime I need, I can change my order. I can cancel my order. I can put it on hold. So it's very flexible, but it does give you that wholesale pricing. Mel and I have found now that the best way and our favorite way is the preferred customer plus option. There is a $25 annual fee, but when you find out that you're getting 10 free patches every month coming to you to try, that is like $25 a year is like $2 a month. It's a huge savings. And 10 patches is a third of a sleeve. So when you do
Great bonus. Yeah.
great bonus. It's a great way to try the other patches. There is a rotation order of how they're sent. X39, there's the X49, there's a lot of supplementary patches, and you'll get 10 of those as a bonus gift every single month shipped to you with your auto ship order, which again can change. So it's an excellent way to try the patches for a very small fee. And the final way is a brand partner, and that is what Mel and I chose to do because we decided we would take this up a notch and do it as a business. Now, some people are doing it as a full-time business, some as just a little side hustle. A few people are just sharing with a few family and friends to get that little bit of extra money to pay for their own patches. So there is different levels if you are looking to maybe share. Saying that, I know a lot of people want to try it first, make sure that they're getting results before you. That's what Mel and I did. We were like, we are not committing to sharing this with anyone until we start seeing the results that we're looking for. And so if that's the case, you are always welcome to switch over from a customer to a brand partner anytime. And we're happy to help you do that as well. So we wanted to say thank you before we open our Q&A. Thank you for letting us share our light. This is all about sharing the light. That is the, be the light, share the light. That is the motto for LifeWave. And we're really excited to help you support your body in unlocking its own natural light and wellness. So we are happy to book a connection call with you if you want a little more information. We do recommend, we will send you as well the link for ordering. It's our affiliate link. I think a quick conversation with Mel or myself to know, how to order, what might be best for you to get started would always be welcome as well. And that way that you really feel confident in using these patches to get you started. So our email's there, coach@powerandaging.com. And in the email as well, we'll have other links that you can connect with us. All right, so I'm going to stop the share, and you're welcome to turn your cameras on or leave them off and unmute yourselves as well.
We have a lot of Allies here today.
Dr. Ali, we have Ali and Alicia Ali.
Yeah. So, anybody have any questions at all that we can try and break down for you?
Oh, Ali, hi there.
Hi. I have a few, so I'm just trying to.
Sure.
I tried to write them down. Okay. One question I have, when you were talking about two patches, and they communicate with each other, specifically at that time you were talking about the pain ones. I can't remember what they're called. But oh, right. So did you mean the X39 and a pain patch, or the two pain patches?
The two pain patches. So the X39 is a different patch, but in the IceWave box, it's two that you'll get a tan colored patch and a white colored patch.
Oh, okay. Okay. So if I'd opened my box, I would have known that probably.
Yes,
okay. So that's really good information.
And it's, there's 30 in a pack as well. So you're getting actually 15 of each. So again, the thing with IceWave is you can wear it up to 24 hours, but the healing within the body can last an additional up to 48 hours. So, if it's really hard and acute, you might wear a few for a few days in a row, but then you're backing off and wearing less and less, hopefully.
Okay, thanks. And then I'll let somebody else speak, but so any of these other patches that I don't even know how to AAE on or whatever, how you say that, or IceWave, does a person have to be using the X39 to use those, or can I, like say, just say highly unlikely, of course, but say I'm into trying it, but maybe my husband isn't. But if he's got like some severe pain and I say, hey, why
Yeah.
don't you just, because I said, hey, why don't you just try acupuncture? And now he's hooked, right? So,
Ah.
so if I do, hey, what if you just do this?
Yeah, totally. If he's got a sore area like Christine's hip, same idea, maybe his shoulder pain once in a while, just throw an Eon on it.
My
Because
son
that
hurt
helps
his
a
arm
lot with the,
at baseball last night. Eon patch went on, he went to bed, and then we're putting the X39 on this morning just to help it along as well. He's not in a lot of pain now, only when he uses it. So I'm just trying to get the inflammation down because he has baseball every Friday. So yes, so those are more as an as need basis, but you can use them absolutely without the X39. They're all doing their own magic, but of course the X39 is just going to help overall everything to
right,
regenerate.
it's going to help the repair end of it, right? Like the Eon's going to bring down that inflammation, for example, but the X39, if you're using that, that would help over time with the repair of whatever that is that's needed. Does that make
Right.
sense?
And we're
Okay.
lucky here as well. Dr. Ali is with us from the UK. So
He
she's
is.
our medical expert. And I mean, Mel is as well. And Dr. Ali's
Oh, not like Dr. Ali, not
yes,
even
a
close.
GP and a functional medicine doctor, and our mentor. So the nice thing is, any questions like this, you always have support. So you get home, your box arrives whatever in a week, and you're like, oh my God, I can't remember anything what to do or how to do this.
No worries.
We have WhatsApp groups which are very supportive for that information. Mel and I talk to Dr. Ali all the time and can get you that information for you or your loved ones. Like I was like last night, I was like, should I do this one?
Yeah.
I don't want to, stimulate before bed. And yep, both of them jumped on the chat. So yeah.
Yeah. So, and yeah, Al, if you come with other questions later, Ali, just shoot us a text or a message.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I say something about the ice wave patch?
Absolutely.
This may sound really silly, but there's a little divider between the whites and the tan ones. And I
Yes.
had somebody open it and they go, well, where's the other patch? Because it was sort of stuck in the front, the 30 and the white ones.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if somebody gets panicky and they're in there.
Yeah, we do sometimes find people can only find half the patches, but the pack has
Yeah,
got a divider like that.
right.
And
Yeah.
so they use the same type of box for all the patches. So with most of them, they're just in the main part, but with the two where you're getting two patches, you get some in half of them are in the other divided part. So yeah, it's a really good point. Thank you, Richard.
Oh,
Any other questions?
Richard, you've had a lot of success with your shoulder and with your hip and with all kinds of things that just sort of went away and you were like, oh, I didn't expect that.
well, yeah, I mean, when I first, which I think I've used it for 8 months now, but when I first used it, like I've said, is I noticed my fingernails grow really fast. And
And
I'll
you
give you,
healed from some cuts, I think,
oh,
quickly.
and then cuts. Oh my goodness. I never forget the first time I cut my knuckle and I was showing Chris, and I think it was like 5 days later, and it was completely healed almost. And I went, that's unbelievable because, if I cut myself before, it would be like a month before it's healed. But then my hip, I got arthritis in my hip. I've suffered and I gave up on Western medicine and I just figured I'm going to live with the pain. And so I was using the X39. I kind of forgot about it. And I woke up one night and didn't have any pain in my hip. Well, for days later, I had no pain. And now for probably 3 months or so, I've had zero pain in my hip. And then my shoulder's the same exercise class on a Thursday. When I finished, I couldn't lift it above my head and the pain was awful. So I tried the ice wave patch, and within 30 seconds, the pain had gone down to maybe a 1 or 2, and I could lift my arm. I did that for 3 weeks. I didn't do anything else. I mean, I wore the X39, but after Thursday class, I couldn't lift my arm, put the ice wave, and it did. And after 3 weeks of doing it, that's probably a month and a half ago, I haven't used the ice wave patch since.
Yeah.
But I would leave the ice wave patch on for the whole day. It wouldn't be like
Right.
put it on for 30 seconds I mean, within 30 seconds, the pain was virtually gone and I could lift my arm. So I couldn't
I
believe
remember
that.
because you said, "Oh, what kind of weird, like woo-woo voodoo are you
I
performing
know.
on me?"
I,
It's weird.
yeah,
It is weird when the pain that stops shooting, and you're just like, "Okay." I've had like, my husband's dad, and he's a big man, and his back was killing when we were walking around Portugal, and he was getting grumpy because it was just really sore. And we patched him up, and he was like totally forgot jumping in the pool, everything, and it was great. It's like when it works amazingly. And I know other people, trying to find that sweet spot, it might not be, it's a bit challenging, maybe
That's
starting
the
with
tricky
the
part. Yeah.
heat on to reduce the inflammation first sometimes might be the trick. So sometimes it's a little bit of trial and error.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I had to move the white patch around to quite a few places. I mean, I knew where the pain was. I can point it right here. So I put the tan there, but the white one, I kept moving it around. And then I found that sweet spot actually was on my bicep. And as soon as I put it there, 30 seconds later, I leave it there for 30 seconds or so to see if there's a change. But it wasn't trial and error. And I found right
Yeah.
on my bicep, and within less than a minute, the pain was virtually gone and I could lift my arm up. So, I mean, that's all I can say is what it's done for me is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Any
It sounds like these are sticky enough that you can move them around, right?
Yeah, you'd
Like,
only peel off. It comes in two, like
Yeah.
it's split in the middle, so you only peel off the one side just to get that spot for those that are for that pain one, because that's the only one you need
when
to
you
move
can kind of
around.
try
Yeah,
it.
and then
oh,
once
I
you find the
see.
spot that the pain is relieving in, then you pull the other half off and then stick it fully. So it will stick
Hmm.
better, still stick well enough because you have the two halves. Yeah.
But they
But
actually
even,
stick very well. Like you can swim, take a shower, I had a
Yeah.
bath last night and I'm
Yeah.
like, go on. So yeah, they stick pretty well. And actually, well, this I don't want to overload with information, but you know how it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off. I found that I like to stick it on like some kind of glass bottle or something at night, and then the next day I kind of cheat and use it again as a secondary patch. So I still put a fresh new one on, but then I'll put that on directly on like my hip, or some people put them on their animals. You do that, don't you, Dr. Albert?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I
On,
do as well.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. I'm wondering too, like as far as the membership goes, like if you're the basic preferred customer, um, do you sign up for the year or is that just month by month?
It's month to month. It's that it can auto renewal. So it will
Right.
continue sending you monthly until you cancel, or you can change your
Okay.
order or whatever.
Okay,
But
because I mean, obviously the next level up it's $25 a year, so that one
yes,
is
but the only difference between those two, as well as you're getting the samples, I actually personally think it's a great deal for $25 US, of course. Every month when you get your order, you're getting 10 extra patches of tons of different ones. So,
right.
over the year, that's whatever, like 120 patches. That's like 4 sleeves for $25. Like it's nice because you get to try the different ones. I
Mhm.
forget, she gave me the order when I called. You get like 10 of these this month and this month. And so the sleep patches, the ice waves. You get to try no, sorry, not, you don't get the ice wave or the energy ones just because of it's a 2 patch system. You're getting all of the other ones.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Yeah, and it was just mentioned that there is a gift pack available for the Alavita, I believe, until
Christmas gift pack, yeah.
till December 10th. So if you have any interest in using the Alavita stuff, which is the skin, the collagen specific stuff, or somebody that might want to use it, there is a little bit of a sale on right now for a few more days. And that one I really find, I don't know, because it's not supposed to be a sleep specific, but I do find that I sleep deeper with the Alavita. I almost like it better than the Silent Nights.
I like it better than
regularly.
Silent Nights too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not for the purpose that it's supposed to be for, but I do like them for sleep, for a deeper sleep. Yeah. So that's
I use both of them. Some people find that the Alavida causes insomnia, so everybody's different.
yeah.
But the special offer is for the skincare plus the Alavida patches. So you've got the day cream and the night cream and the eye cream.
Okay.
And you're lucky in Canada to have access to that special offer because I don't in the UK.
Ah,
Although the EU does.
the one
Brexit
thing
has
we
a lot
get, you
more
don't
support.
get. Yay.
Yeah.
And
And
what
it's a beautiful box.
yeah, what Dr.
It is.
Ali is mentioning
A
is
lovely
there are a few products they've brought in to help with the skincare line as well. Although I was very happy to hear at the convention that they are not going to go into, people are like, you already are an amazing inventor. Can you bring out some great supplements and things like that? But there's already a market for that, right? We're sticking with the technology and the patches. So this is a patch company, and this is how we're going to increase our health. But those skin creams are really nice. There's just a couple that go with the patches, so it's a nice little gift.
Okay.
And I like the simplicity of the system.
Yeah, there's not a lot of serums and this and that, and
Yeah.
Excellent. So no other questions at this point?
Please feel free to reach out if you do have questions and you want to talk to us personally. Mel and I would love to have a little chat with you at any time, Zoom, phone, in person if you're close enough.
Actually, as far as the packaging goes, like if there's 30 in a package, how are they packaged? Like what's the material they're in?
They all look in this cardboard pack that's recyclable.
Good. Oh,
Yeah.
that's my concern.
Sleeve. We
I'm
call
big
them a
on
sleeve.
recycling.
Yeah.
It's very, very
Good.
small and yes,
Eco-friendly. Good.
eco-friendly. Good one, Laurel. Thank you. Yes, it is. And their packaging as well, like when you order a bunch, it's
Yeah,
not
it's not huge.
not getting a box.
It just comes in an envelope like that, which is also recyclable. So
Excellent.
that comes
Good.
with however many sleeves of patches you've bought.
Unless you're
Unless
getting
you bought
unless you're
bulk
getting
buy
a
with
little box.
cardboard box.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
But yeah. And it is, the thing is with something like this, I'm always thinking of other people as well. How can I help myself so I feel better? So I'm my best to serve the world and my family.
That's
And
right.
also if you have people, that are in pain or not sleeping or very low energy or brain fog, all of these things, I'm always like, oh, they should try this patch or this patch, which is another great thing with those trial patches of 10, because you are able to like give, here's 3, try these, let me know if you're sleeping better, or let me know if you're I mean, some of them you need longer than 3 days, but some of them are quite quick. So it's a great way to trial those, right? And help other people. That's we want everybody feeling good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all so very
Thank
much
you.
for your wonderful time on this
Thank you.
busy season Saturday. And we look forward to connecting with you. Please look for our email from Power and Aging. You are all officially on the follow-up list right now. So do look for it. And it will be going out. We were hoping to get it out this afternoon. We're trying to see if
That's fine.
yeah, if not, it'll be tomorrow. So it depends how fast
Okay.
we're done. So.
Sorry, I have to go. I've got an event this
Worry.
afternoon. So
Laura,
thanks, Christine.
okay, thanks to everybody.
Mel.
Lots of love. Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much
Yeah,
for
take
coming.
care.
Nice to see you, Ian. It's been